A very warm welcome to everyone. In this series of lectures, we'll discuss about how to use PNET Lab for networking course. What is a PNET Lab? PNET Lab, Physical Network Emulator Tool, is an open source network emulation platform which is used to create, configure, and test various virtual network topologies using real network device images, which means we'll pull out some real network images, then we will use those images and to test the virtual network topologies. It provides a very realistic environment which is similar to working with physical routers and switches, which means when we are using some real-time image devices, whatever output we get, a similar output we can get with this simulation tool, PNET Labs, which is very helpful for learning the courses on networking, for doing some lab exercise, and also to do some certification training like CCNA, CCNP. We can make use of this particular tool. See, one question is getting, which means we have Cisco Packet Tracer tool already. Then why do we need a PNET Lab? It's very simple. We have given a comparison here, which means Cisco Packet Tracer tool is a simulator which will mimic Cisco behavior with limited command support. Whereas PNET Lab, it is a virtualization platform which runs on real Cisco IOS images, which means we will experience like same physical routers and switches. That is one of the biggest advantage of using the PNET Labs. The second one is regarding the commands supporting. Cisco Packet Tracer will support only the basic commands, whereas we will have 100% real iOS commands, including the advanced commands in the case of PNET Labs. When it comes to device variety, we have only Cisco devices, mostly routers, switches, PCs, servers in the case of Cisco Packet Tracer tool, whereas PNET Lab can run routers, switches, and including the firewalls, Linux, Windows servers, and sometimes multi-vendor images. For example, if I have a Juniper image, if I have a Cisco image, I can even use PNET Lab, whereas I cannot use same with the other packet tracer tools. When it comes to accuracy, Cisco Packet Tracer tool is very simplified, which is suitable for beginners to visualize advanced networking or basic networking concepts. Whereas for real-world Cisco CLI behavior, PNET Lab is much more useful for preparing any certification courses. And when it comes to scalability, a Cisco Packet Tracer is having a limited scalability, which means it is unstable for large topologies, whereas PNET Labs can build large topologies, whereas we can add up to dozens of routers and switches. When it comes to integration part, um, PNET Labs works with Wireshark, various virtual machines, customized operating systems, and even external devices. Whereas Cisco Packet Tracer tool, as we know, it is a standalone simulator where no external integration is possible. These are the various advantages. When it comes to learning outcomes, we will learn many hands-on industry level skills with actual iOS operations in PNET Labs. Whereas for in Cisco Packet Tracer tool, it is good for concept visualization and basic command practice. In simple terms, if I want to say, a packet tracer tool is best for beginners, whereas PNET Lab is best for real world practice, like engineering labs or any certification trainings. We can always go with the packet tracer tool for small sized networks, whereas large sized networks can always go with the PNET Labs. What we are going to learn today, we are going to learn how to how to use this PNET Lab environment, how to pull out the images into the environment, and what is the perform basic switch configuration, including how to give a host name, set up some passwords, and how to protect those passwords. All those things we will learn with the help of Cisco Layer 2 switch. Whereas today we will learn only about the basic switch configuration. In the next session, we will learn about how to deploy them in the PNET Labs. So what is a switch? The right side, I have given an image of a switch. Um, Switch is a very important networking device which is used to connect multiple devices like PCs, printers, servers, within a local area network. By default, a switch forwards frames based on the MAC addresses. It will identify the MAC address, and based on the MAC address, it will forward the frames, which will enable the efficient communication inside a network segment. But a new switch will have no customized settings. Whenever we are purchasing a new switch, it will come with some default settings. It runs with default configurations and no security will be there. Hence, when we are need to deploy those switches in real time, it is very much essential to configure the switch. Um, uh, in short, basic switch configuration is the first step in setting up any network infrastructure. This will ensure that the device is identified, secured, and they are ready for communication in the real platforms. So, what are the steps involved in giving the basic switch configuration? First, we need to enter into the privilege mode. Whenever we turn the switch on, it will be in the user execution mode. So, the command called as enable, just a simple command will enable, will move this to privilege execution mode where it will go on to the privilege execution mode. Then in the user from the privilege execution mode, we should go on to the global configuration mode. Only in the global configuration mode we'll be able to configure the switch. So for that, it is command is very simple. So configure terminal. So these are the two commands which is common for any exercise. First, we need to go to enable. Then it is configure terminal. Now we can even set or change the name of the switch or a router. The command is simple, host name, whatever name you want to give, you can give as a host name. Here I have given SW1. So in the immediate next step 4, we can see that the name of the switch is changed to SW1 and it is in the global configuration mode config. And once we need to secure this privileged access, now we are in the privileged mode, we need to secure them. We can secure them using the keyword enable secret followed by password, whatever you want to give. So here I have given Cisco 123 sets an encrypted password for the privileged mode. This enable secret is more powerful than using enable password because it stores the password with the MD5 encryption technique, and we have something called as unauthorized access. In order to prevent this unauthorized access to enter into the configuration mode, we are using this enable secret. Then once it is secure, second step is we need to set a console line password. How to set a console line password? It is very simple. Line console 0, which means it is going to give a password for the physical terminal port. So here I have given the password as class. When it has to be prompted, whenever it is asking for login, we need to give this password. When we give an exit again, it will return to the global mode. So anyone connecting via console must now enter the password class. Only then they'll be able to enter into the console. So next we have something called as the VTY, virtual terminal. It is used for the remote access, particularly telnet or SSH. So here what we are going to do, we'll use line VTY 0 to 4, which means select the virtual terminal lines which is used for remote access. For example, now I'm in Bangalore. If I need to access my switch from Mysore or somewhere, I can do that with the help of this password, where remote access password. Here I've given line VTY 0 to 4, which means most of the switches will support up to 5 lines. So I've given 0 to 4, which means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm given a password as Cisco. Then whenever it is to given, whenever I'm going to log in, it has to log in to Telnet or SSH, it will ask for the password. Then I can give a password as Cisco. So if I am connecting using Telnet or SSH, then I'll be prompted for a password. Then I can give this password Cisco. Then now I have given all the passwords. Now all the passwords should be encrypted because even the passwords is going to be protected. For that, I'm using a command called as service password encryption. This has to be entered in the global configuration mode. If it is in the previous mode, you can give an exit and then come to this mode and then give this password. It will encrypt all the plain text passwords in the running configuration. Even when we are going to give a next command called as show command show running config, this passwords, whatever we have given, it won't be visible since it is using some simple type 7 encryption, which is not very strong, but it is very better than the clear text. We have one more special configuration in the switch, configuring the message of the day, MOTD banner. So whatever we want to give as a display banner, we can give that with the help of this command banner MOTD. MOTD stands for message of the day. Then whatever you're giving, that will be displayed as it is. I have given it as unauthorized access is prohibited. It is up to you. You can give anything. Now we have done all the basic configurations. In addition to this, we can also go and do VLAN configuration, and we can also give the IP addresses. All those things we'll see when we are doing the hands-on session. And now all these 8 steps I have done. So I need to save everything. For that, it is very simple command, copy running config, startup config. So it will save all the current settings to the environment. So they will persist after a reboot also. It will be saved. So now how to verify that? We can verify them using show commands. There are multiple show commands are there. So I'm given a very simple show command, show running config. So it will display the entire active configuration of the switch where we can verify the host name. We can see what is a secret password, everything. We can see what is the message of the day we have given and service password encryption we have given, so that you can see in the right side output side you can see the passwords are there, but we are not able to see the passwords because they are again secured. The passwords are again secured. Even when we are logging in, that will not be visible because we have secured them. So that is how we can able to configure and test the switch. Even in real time, we used to do the same process. With this, I'm closing this session. So in the next session, we'll discuss about how to use this in PNET Labs.